Hi guys, it's your girl Valentina. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I like to make videos about money, personal development, finances, and whatever interest I have at the moment. As for today, I really wanted to talk about the Great Resignation. People are literally leaving their jobs left and right. It's kind of crazy. If you haven't heard of it already, the Wikipedia definition is the Great Resignation, also known as the Big Quit, is an economic trend in which employees voluntarily resign from their jobs en masse beginning in early 2021, primarily in the United States. It started when the American government refused to provide necessary worker protection in response to COVID pandemic, resulting in wage stagnation amid rising cost of living. There has been a ton of videos circulating around the internet about why are people leaving their jobs, what's going on, and trying to find the reason behind it. 60 Minutes actually issued a video recently that just kind of didn't sit right with me, and I want to spend the first half of this video talking about why I didn't really like their video and the second half of why you too maybe should leave your job. I will be time-stamping everything, so if you don't want to hear about the 16-minute interview, you can go ahead and jump to the part where I talk about why you should leave your job. So if you haven't already done so, I would recommend pausing this video. I put the link in the description below of the interview, and it's about 13 minutes long, so you guys can pause this video and watch it real quickly. Okay, hopefully you're done watching the video. I first wanted to point out within the first 30 seconds of the 60-minute interview is they termed the Great Resignation the Big Quit. And at first, I didn't think much of it. I thought they were just trying to differentiate themselves from others and stand out from the crowd. But as I did my research on Reddit, there was a user on a thread that talked about they didn't want to use the term great because that signifies something grand, as if it's better for the humanity, whereas they were trying to change the narrative a bit by calling it the Big Quit because big doesn't have that much connotation to it. It just means big. It doesn't imply anything special about it. I kind of agree with this Reddit user because I feel like this video was a bit biased. They interviewed 5 people and only one of them was actually a working mother. Then they go on to say that it's primarily Gen Z and boomers that are leaving, but they didn't interview a single Gen Z or boomer. If those are the people that are leaving, shouldn't you ask them why they are leaving? I'm a Gen Z. You could have totally interviewed me and asked why I left my job 4 different times within the past 2 years. The next thing they go into saying is that people are leaving their job to go do something that they're passionate about. And my response to that is, why not? Most people stay in their mediocre job for 20, 30, 40 years that they do not like and they hate to go to every single day. Why would you spend your whole life unhappy? My opinion on life is if you are interested in something and want to try it out, you should try it out. Because why would you want to go through your whole life wondering what could have been? When I was in my early 20s, I took a risk and moved to New York to pursue my passion of modeling. I had about $5,000 saved in my bank account. I've never been to New York before, and I didn't really have a plan. I didn't get that many paid modeling jobs, so I had to work in a restaurant and work as a caterer on the weekends. I eventually ended up getting burnt out and having to move back to Seattle just because I think it was too much for me to handle at that time. But one of the main things this experience gave me was peace of mind. I can now look back on my life and say that I tried what I wanted to do, and even though I never became a supermodel or became relatively successful within the modeling world, I can at least say I tried it and now move on with my life. And I think that's the mentality everyone should have. They should try new things and see if it works or not be stuck forever in a mediocre job that you do not like. Anyways, moving on from my rants, the last big issue I had with this piece is they never go into understanding the reason why. They don't talk about the toxic work cultures. They don't talk about having no work-life balance, being overworked, being underpaid, not liking their job, or mental health issues. Those are all very valid reasons to leave your job. Personally, one of my friends took a $25,000 pay cut because she didn't like her work environment. She said it was very toxic, and every day she dreaded going to work. And that is not how you should be living your life. I'm glad people are standing up and leaving their jobs to pursue something else. My overall view is I don't think they did a really good job at understanding the reason why people are leaving. They should have interviewed boomers who are retiring early or Gen Z who are pursuing their passions and trying something new. I think I would have been a lot more happier if they did something like that. Now I want to get into a little bit more detail of why you should take a risk and leave your job. Even though this article is a little outdated, it's still relevant to this day. This Forbes article states, employees who stay in companies longer than 2 years get paid 50% less. And 50% is a conservative number. And the reason why this is relevant to this day is because I too doubled my income within 7 months by job hopping. The main reason why I kept changing my job was because I wanted to get paid more, obviously. So back in June 2020, I graduated with my degree in accounting and entrepreneurship. I was still working at a restaurant, but it got shut down because of COVID. And I didn't really want to do Big Four, which is the Big Four accounting firms, because that's not really what I wanted to do with my life. So I was unemployed for about 2 months, and then I got a job as a payroll assistant, 40 hours a week, 9 to 5, but it was only paying me $36,000. I was a little bit embarrassed because all my friends were at least getting paid 60 grand, and I kind of felt like a failure, but I really shouldn't have because I knew I was going to be at this job temporarily. Finally, after 2 months, I was able to quit that job and accept a new job offer as a property manager for $45,000. So it was a $9,000 increase. And I was really proud of myself, but I knew this was still selling myself short because accounting degree should be valued at a lot higher. And so I was there for about 5 months until I finally got my third job. And it was actually still a property manager position, but I got a $65,000 offer. So I went from a $9,000 to $20,000 increase. And at this new job, I also had summer Fridays, so I got off early but got paid for the entire 8 hours, which is so nice. There were so many more perks, better benefits, and I'm actually really happy there, and I'm still at this position right now. Even if I were to get another job offer of $20,000 more, I probably wouldn't accept it because there are intangible benefits at this position that I don't think I can find elsewhere. I use the term intangible benefits in the sense that I like my coworkers. They treat me like a human being and not a robot. They let me have work from home days if I need it, and they also pay for my lunches, which is a great. Most corporate America jobs are not like this, and I know that's a fact. Right now, I want to focus on YouTube, which I'm doing right now, and working as a broker. I just passed my broker's license, so I'm trying to get started and sign with a broker. I think a lot of people don't have these same benefits that I do, which is why they end up hating their job and leaving. The last thing I want to mention is I think people are aware of the inflation that's been happening, and they're not getting pay raises to keep up with this. Inflation is usually 2 to 3% each year, so if your raise is not higher than that, you're literally making less. A good way to keep up with this is by changing your job, or you can have a sit down with your manager and give them reasons why you should have a raise. You can show them current market research of what other employers are willing to pay for your work. Don't be afraid to walk away or have that talk with your manager. There are so many different jobs in the US that you shouldn't let that hold you back or be scared. Right now, employees have the upper hand. Corporate America understands this and is willing to be flexible with what you want, whether it's work from home days or higher salary. Right now is the best time to either change your career if you don't like your current job or ask for more money. Anyways, I hope whoever's watching this video takes my advice. I only want to encourage you to take a little bit of risk and make yourselves happy. If you want to start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube channel. If you want a raise, ask for that raise. No one is going to give you what you want unless you ask for it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, whatever time you're watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye guys, see you next time.